Hey guys, welcome to today's video. It's just a bit shaky, a little more shaky than usual. Maybe it's my eyesight going. So today we're going to a show. So exciting. So the show I'm going to is a registered show with Show Jumping Ireland. However, it's a league show, which means there's no prize money on the day. Usually quite small classes, as in like small numbers, and people usually use them for like training show, or if you go every single week at the final you can win a prize. So when I say training show, it's technically a registered show. It is on their record, but it's not for prize money. It's just kind of clear round show. So I'm going with Khal and Dali. Khal was so good. I jumped him the other day and he was great, so signed him up for the show. So Dali's going to jump the 120 and the 130. Basically Dali's just going so I can get some practice jumping him. And make sure our rideability is there and everything feels good. I do have a different bit to try, which will help lift his head a little bit more, because oftentimes after the jump or as the course goes on, he can get a little bit low in my hand, and it's quite hard for me to lift him up because he's a very, very big horse. So I'll see if that helps at all, but I'll also bring his normal bridle, which is just a normal snaffle, just in case he doesn't like it and then I need to change back. And then Khal is just jumping the 130. Again, it's just to see how he's feeling, just kind of test the waters with them all, and then depending on how today goes, that will determine what I jump them in at our proper show this weekend at Cavan, which is a spring tour show. So there is a spring tour there. I will jump them today and decide if I'm jumping that on them or not. So I am running a bit late because I've already ridden 4 horses and mucked out and had lunch, and now I really need to get going because I haven't really cleaned my tack and the horses are a bit dirty because I just pulled them in from the field. It'll be fine. It's a training show. It's fine. So here are the boys. Khal got a fresh clip, so he looks amazing. I don't know what it is. He just looks so gorgeous clipped. Yes, you do. And then, oh, Dali says, give me some attention, please. Give attention, please. Yeah, he also looks good because he's already clipped. No biting. He says, I'm just thinking about it. Look what he's like. He just wants to hold my finger. You're a weirdo. All right, let's go. Stop distracting me. Good boys. Loaded, ready to go. 1 minute late. Not too bad at all, is it? Excited boys. They're all clean. Okay, see you when we get there. Hello, so this is Holly coming from the future. It's actually the next day and I'm riding Dali around. So I'm just going to chat you guys through each of the rounds as we go along, because I didn't do a lot of vlogging while I was there, mostly because I was so cold. But anyway, that's no excuse. So round 1 was the 120 on Dali. I went in saying that I would go nice and forward and not pull too much, and look, I wasn't pulling, but there just wasn't enough like oomph in the canter. There wasn't enough energy in the canter. Dali's quite tricky because if I put on a lot of leg and ride him really forward, his stride gets like so long. You know, he would take a stride or 2 out of every distance in that course if I rode him forward. He has a huge stride. You'd also see that I did not try a new bit. I rode him in the snaffle because I was like, oh god, is it really a good idea to try a new bit at my first show when I'm going to be rusty anyway, and he's never had it in his mouth before, and it's a different mouthpiece as well. And anyway, I just said that was probably a silly idea, so I would not do that. So I just rode him in the snaffle. But you can see that after some fences he really pulls me downwards, which is quite difficult. He's very strong, quite a big horse, and go to the gym, guys, but it's quite hard to sit up against that when he lands and really pulls you down. And it's kind of like towards the end of the course he does it more, and then I'm getting a bit tired too. So anyway, the new bit will hopefully give me a bit of upward lift, but we'll see. I'm actually riding in it right now, so I'll ride in it for the next few days in anticipation for our next show. So The round itself, clear round, obviously, which is very, very good, but honestly, I'd be doing well to get him to knock a pole at that height. I'd have to be riding very badly, I reckon. And he was very good. He wasn't spooky. Sometimes, you know, start of the year he comes out a little bit spooky, but he was so good, so confident, so easy, popped around. The only problem was I was just lacking a bit of momentum, like a bit of power in the canter. So I finished that round, went back out to warm up, you know, walked around for a little bit, and then they put up the course for the 130, and then I did, you know, just 2 jumps, and then I went in for the 130 with the aim to ride with a little bit more power. So then I jumped the 130, as you've just seen. He was clear again. Such a good boy. So I do feel like there was more energy. It was definitely a little bit better. There was times when he just needed to be a little bit more like compacted with that energy, but I do think it was significantly better. Still could be a touch more rhythm for when we just jump a little bit bigger. It's just tricky with him, like, you know, indoor arena as well. I don't want to let him go too much, but yeah, it's this trying to get this feeling of having a lot of energy in the canter, but the canter isn't any bigger, because his canter stride needs to be the same length as every other horse, because that is, you know, the courses are all built the same, you know, the stride distance is the same, all the horses have to jump it. So just because he has a big stride doesn't mean that he can, you know, get a different course built for him that's like, you know, a foot longer for every stride. So it means that he has to do the same length of stride as every other horse, but we just need to do that with more energy. So I was very happy with him, I have to say, and I feel like I rode better in the second one as well. I felt a bit rusty, but I was happy enough with how I rode. I don't think I made a disgrace of myself, which was good. And so the plan for him is that we're going to head to Cavan this weekend. On the Sunday, he's entered in the 130, and if I feel like I'm riding him well and he feels good, then I'm going to jump him in the Spring Tour, which is a 135, 140 Grand Prix. With him, he's so careful, he's so sensitive. If I don't feel like I'm riding well enough, I won't jump him in it, because it's just not worth giving him a fright or me giving him, you know, a bad ride and then we kind of get set back, even though he's so confident at the moment. And at the end of last year, like, he was just so confident, but I just don't want to take advantage of that. So only if I'm riding well will I allow myself to jump the Grand Prix, even though I really, really want to, but I will not if I'm not riding well. And then it was on to Khal, which was a very quick turnaround. Good old Dad, he untacked Dali for me and loaded Dali up, because he's such a good boy, honestly. He just like goes straight onto the horse box. Yeah, he's like, no problem. And then I warmed Khal up while he was doing that. There was only like 10 people in the class, so I didn't have much time. So then I warmed Khal up. He felt good, he was fresh, he was excited to be out. And then I went in to jump the 130 on Khal. So Khal really is old reliable, like clear around, popped around, so easy. He just finds it so easy. He's so experienced at this point. He's 11 this year, crazy, but you know, he can jump around that in his sleep. You know, at times I was a little bit slow, same, just need that more energy in that canter, especially with Khal, because he isn't a super blood horse, so I already need to give him a little bit of that blood with the energy. He won't make it himself. And he's still not super fit with the jumping. That's why I just did one round on him, although he didn't even have a puff out of him at the end. But he really needs to be like super fit in order to have that kind of blood where he'll take me to the fence. He does get tired quite quickly. He's naturally just quite a lazy horse, which is so fair. Totally relate, Khal. I know. But yeah, he was good. He just popped around really. So it was more just that, to make sure I could still see stride and ride like not a total numpty, basically, which I think we achieved. You know, once or twice I went a little bit, you know, just the canter went a bit dead, especially the last fence. Like, that was such a dead stride. But other than that, I was very happy with him. So he's going to jump the spring tour on Sunday, which will be very good. Look, it's a height that he's jumped a million times, so it should be no problem to him as long as I ride well and ride with enough energy. That'll be, hopefully all will go well. So I'm very excited for that show. We've a couple of days now just to chill and get them kind of going on the flat a bit and a bit of stretching and stuff, and then we'll head there on Sunday, and yeah, fingers crossed all goes well. Today, in the meantime, it's all go at home. I have quite a few horses in work, which is quite exciting. Quite a few liveries, like some sales liveries and some competition liveries, and just some young horses as well. So it's very much all systems go, and I'm not super riding fit yet. So on Wednesday I'd ridden 4 horses, and then I went and did those rounds, and I was quite tired at the end of the day. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all doing what I want to be doing. So I'm very, very happy. Some of the horses I'll share on social media, but some I won't because they're just client horses. So don't want to be sharing other people's horses online. But yeah, Wiggy and Mav. Wiggy is my 4-year-old and Mav is my friend's 5-year-old. They'll be going out to shows together when it's time, so I'm so excited for them. I love riding Khal and Dali and these older horses and jumping these bigger tracks, but honestly, I really missed riding the young horses. It feels like so long since I've had like a 4-year-old to bring out to his first shows, and that's gonna be Wiggy and Mav. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for them. I'm actually gonna clip Mav today, so he's gonna look like a proper sports horse, and yeah, he's going great. Wiggy's also going very, very well. So I'll update you guys on them with a video at some point. But until then, I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Say goodbye, Dali.